Hello everyone, this is my assignment to case study looking at vegan dietary patterns during pregnancy, and my name is Lynn. For question 1, is Ms. Letterman consuming enough protein? Looking at Ms. Letterman's dietary analysis, we ask, is she consuming enough protein for being in her 13th week of pregnancy? Technically, yes. According to the recommended dietary allowances for pregnant women, they need 71 grams of protein daily. Her analysis showed that she generally does consume exactly 71 grams per day. And looking at her sources, the study also mentions she generally combines plant sources of legumes and grains in order to consume complete protein sources. This is a great technique that is very important for vegans and vegetarians alike, since plant sources are not necessarily complete sources of protein like animal products. However, due to the fact that many legumes and some grains have a much lower rate of digestibility due to higher fiber content, among other things, she will likely not absorb as much of the 71 grams she consumes. For question 2, looking at Ms. Letterman's dietary analysis versus the recommended dietary allowances for pregnant women in their second term, it seems she is lacking in some nutrients that are important for the growth and development of the fetus. She stated that she started her pregnancy at a normal weight and after 13 weeks has gained about 3 pounds. This is somewhat low from the recommended range of about 2 to 7 pounds at this same time during pregnancy. Her total caloric intake is a little over 500 kilocalories too low from the recommendation, so generally she needs to consume a little bit more total food and total calories in order to prevent risk of preterm delivery or low birth weight. She is slightly low in her vitamin B12. For question 3, some ideas of foods to help Ms. Letterman. Some suggestions in order to help her improve her intake of the nutrients she is deficient in are, for calories, she generally could increase her portion size slightly at main meals, but carefully, and also by adding healthy snacks throughout the day, like nuts and seeds, or fruits and vegetables, maybe with some nut butter, would be great to also increase her caloric intake as well. For her vitamin B12, since meat products are the primary source of B12, some cereals and soy milks are fortified and they would be great additions to her diet. If supplementation is necessary or if she would prefer to just take a supplement, using supplements that contain the cyanocobalamin or hydroxycobalamin forms are best, as these forms are readily converted to the forms of cobalamin that are used in the cells of the body. For vitamin D, foods like shiitake mushrooms are good vegan sources, while most are animal products. Fortified foods are best, like orange juice and breakfast cereals. She can also easily obtain more vitamin D via synthesis through the skin if she spends a little bit more time outside without sunscreen. If she is worried about sunburn, depending on where she lives, times of less than about 15 minutes without a little bit of sunscreen would be good to help increase her vitamin D levels. And finally, for protein, she's not far behind her goal, and the increase in total calories will help. Thank you so much, and I hope you all enjoyed my case study. Help her in achieving this need if she continues with her current eating patterns. But adding some more and different legume sources like lima beans and black beans and peas and corn, along with some nut butter spreads, which could go along with her vegetable and fruit snacks, or adding to whole grains like toast for breakfast could help her as well, while also being very low in vitamin D levels. This is most likely due to her heavy use of sunscreen when outdoors. And as we mentioned before, although her protein does match the recommended intake on paper, being a vegan and having a lower digestibility of plant sources, her intake should be increased about 30%, so her protein is generally slightly low as well, as she would as if it were from an animal source. Because of this, recommendations for protein intake among vegans generally is increased about 30%, so she would need about 92.3 grams in her diet. Enjoy.